So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it, because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses, because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll run with Fournette. They'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
I'm coming. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Hey, watch it. Follow.
This is Coleman.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On third down, Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So on now is the kicker, Josh Lambo. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Now Scarlett. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back.
Here we go. 18 Gators.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And that hits off the left upright and it caroms away, no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
They begin with a run by Fournette. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And now with 6 seconds left in overtime, they're going to take a timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. This is Fournette. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
This one took us deep into the night, but in the end, after 5 quarters, we're unable to determine a winner.
Well, can I say it? I think it's a fair outcome with the kind of game that we had, pretty evenly matched. But here's where it gets tough. Because it was a night game, makes it much shorter on the turnaround, doesn't it? Especially for the visiting team.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.